Welcome, Sagittarius, to your Sagittarius November 2021 reading and predictions. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, for those of you who are stopping by for the first time, and for the subscribers, much love and affection to you. Do you know, I see you as part of my extended family. I really do, truly, and it gives me such great warmth to know that you come by each month here, and I appreciate it. Now, I'm going to use a deck called the Golden Circle Tarot. I don't normally buy decks. I'm usually given decks. I found this on Kickstarter some time ago. It's called Golden Circle Tarot by Beth Martini. I know it is available on her site. It's about it'll be whatever it is, but at least the last time I looked, it was reasonably priced for an independent deck. The girl went through just such pain and aggravation to get the thing shipped all around the world and out there, but the quality is really good from beginning to end. I know a lot of the tarot readers out there love all the bits and pieces that go with things like bags and boxes and all of that. Well, all that's there. My interest is just in how I respond to it. And I haven't actually bought a deck in years, really. But I did buy this only because what I saw on Kickstarter, the pictures just immediately spoke to me. So I haven't, look, the deck arrived at my place yesterday. So this is the first time I've used it. I haven't gone through it to see what the cards mean. I don't even know. Well, I'll have to look at each card as we draw it to see what it is before we just do the reading now. And I will, but the main point is, as you know, is it's what is the response that the imagery gives up, aided by, well, by you know who. Now, let's see what there is. We'll get 5 cards. Incidentally, the annual 2022 calendar reading will be published on Thursday, the 14th of October at 6 p.m. US Eastern Time. Now, if you're a subscriber, it will come straight through to you. And if you're not, just go to the playlist. You'll find the playlist on my channel. Very easy to find, 2022 calendar reading, and go in there and you'll have Scorpio, Sagittarius, well, all the 12 signs are there, so everything there for you. Simple to get. Now let's get some cards for you. The Ace of Swords. Isn't that great? What on earth is that? It's a 2 of coins. That's good. You see, I've got to look at the image to see what it is. The Magician. Oh, this is coming out great. Fortitude. This is superb. And finally, the 3 of Swords. Ace of Swords, 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords on the way out. I wonder what that means. Gorgeous imagery, I think, and I'm sure you will agree. But what's more important, why don't you come and sit down here next to me now? We'll have a look at the imagery on these cards together while I do the reading for you. Now you can see these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have a look at this Ace of Swords. First up, in that first position, the Ace of Swords in the first position for you. Very good. Do you know there's a lot of Libra around you? And I also think that Cancer and Aquarius might well be interesting for you during this period here. Well, the Ace of Swords brings you mental stimulation and expansion of your imagination. It is primordial energy of air, awakening inspired thought and activating the logos of the divine. Now, the ace here, I think, symbolizes the birth of intellect, bringing rational thought and aligning it with the enlightenment of spiritual awareness. It brings intellectual genius to you, igniting groundbreaking insights of theory, maybe in areas such as science, art, music, and lifestyle. It could be things even to do with cooking, fashion, hair, makeup, things like that. Now, your brain is enlivened, I think, with abstract concepts and inspirations that are directed into great creations of wonder, advancement, and good. The Ace of Swords blesses you with a great imagination during this time, creative and inventive inspiration, bringing magical aha moments. Now, the key to this energy is using your mental focus, clarity, and your direction to achieve your goal. The gift of this ace is inspired intellect. Now, the Ace of Swords here brings the birth of potentials, foresight. Could even talk about pregnancy is what I'm getting around here, you know. You may hear of the birth of a child or of a grandchild. It represents new inspirational ideas, imagination, perspectives, and embarking on the adventure of intellectual exploration. If you are feeling stuck in doubt or blocked with a problematic situation, this energy will cut through the mental fears and that crazy everyday chatter that goes on in our minds with power, purpose, and clarity, bringing you resolution of things. It brings success and victory through life's challenges, expanding your wisdom. This ace signals that it is a time to seize the day, take action, and create new purpose in your life, aligning with your true destiny. Now, I want to look because this central energy is just so connected to that, I feel. Let me have a look at it here. Where are you there? The Magician. Well, here we have the Magician with his right hand holding a winter wand, which is yet to bud, but it is still alive. His left hand points to the earth. Now, on this table here, he has the tools of the other suits of the tarot, the cups, the coins, and the swords. And here is this beautiful garden around him, saying that what you are about to achieve is going to bloom and blossom into fruitfulness. Now, the Magician acts like a conduit, really, tapping into the universal forces of inspiration, wonder, and imagination. When he receives the seed of an intention or inspiration, he works out his plan internally with a focused clarity. We were talking of focused clarity before. He then puts it into action with confidence and will. The intention is then transformed into reality. You will be crystallizing ideas. Now, the Magician doesn't hold on to his inspired creative force. He processes it and he releases it into his world like a lightning rod, really. His divine inspiration aligns with his life force. This combined energy flows through him and out into the world, manifesting wondrous creations. He and you share the divine connection with all and await the next bolt of creative inspiration to come through and ignite your imagination and life force. This is a process that produces great achievements on an individual level. As you practice the creative process of the Magician, you become more connected to your inner self and the universal forces creating the good for those around you. Now, this Magician, I think here, represents the visionary in you and the potential that is possible. He wants you to pay attention to that flash of insight or inspiration and then to act upon it. Now, this energy brings excitement that activates your life force with commitment, focus, and willpower. The Magician knows what one calls miracles are possible and do happen. And he encourages you to gather your vitality and energy, work with your magic to turn your life around and create new goals. You are the Magician this time. You are constantly creating your life destiny, whether you are doing it consciously or not. The Magician prompts you to create consciously with the light of love in your heart, Claim your power. Open your communication between spirit and matter. Feel the force and strength that flashes like a shooting star of inspiration. Communicate your intentions clearly. Direct it to your world and let it blossom into its full potential. Stretch your wand up to the heavens. Be the inspired conduit. Set your intention and manifest your dreams. I want to have a look at this other card down here, which is Fortitude. Have a look at this. Would this not have to be one of the most iconic or amazing images within tarot that you've ever seen? Here we have a woman with violets as hair on top of this plinth, and to her right is a lioness that shares the same gaze that she does here. And here is his golden circle from this particular tarot. Well, what is it saying to you now? I think that this Fortitude card puts you on the threshold of discovery, testing your faith, truth, and courage. It tests your integrity and stamina when difficult or challenging situations arise. She works from the truest form of self-love and knowing the soul self. She awakens your instinctual nature, igniting your soul into creative energy, adventure, passion, and love for life. Your human instincts and your spiritual intuition work together, creating and enforcing the inner strength to follow your bliss. Now her number is 8, the number of abundance, manifestation, and of karma. Do you know that when your inner strength shines through you, you are radiant with a lust for life. It releases your passion. Your heart is open, full, and strong. The strength of love and compassion flow from you without expectation. The faith and trust you have in yourself and in your abilities unfold into creative power, opening you to the awe and wonder of the world and the cosmos itself. The fears that once kept you trapped, they melt away. Inner strength brings you to the present. When you live your life in the present, you see through the soul of the Fortitude card. You are not living through the reactive ego strength, but from the instinctual, compassionate, and intuitive strength. Live through the soul of this woman at this time. You understand you, nature, the world, and the divine are one. And she brings you patience and a still point of view, so that you can look at life from a holistic and collective perspective. She encourages you to begin the process of self-discovery, I think, by stretching your mind, heart, and soul to open and trust. You can then move forward, living your life creatively and authentically in this ever-changing world that we live in. Now, she whispers to you, the time is now. Your life experience is now. Make a move. You have the choice to stay safe, though you are really never safe from change, or you have a choice to embrace life and all of its experiences, taking the good with the bad, seeing the possibilities and potentials of both, knowing that with every experience there is an opportunity to learn and expand beyond the present situation. Now, uncertainty can bring feelings of resistance that unfold into fear, don't they? Uncertainty, though, is part of being human, yet it can teach you to bring your courage, your trust, and your faith to the forefront. Now, whatever decision change or challenge arises, address each one with the gifts of this energy. Find your inner strength to confront the fears and those feelings that block you from living an expansive life. The more you practice this, the stronger you become, you know. Your spiritual strength will bless you with inner peace and passion for life. Now, this fortitude card here, I think, gifts you during this period with confidence, courage, creativity, faith, patience, and the endurance to release fears and resolve conflicts. It presents solid and reliable sources to you, bringing compassion, composure, and peace to any unsettled situation. I think that this card here indicates an exciting time that awakens your heart to explore new horizons, which could be within yourself, or in other relationships, or by travel, or some education, and to follow your dreams and true destiny. It represents the strength and power of self-love. With this fortitude card energy this month, you realize that your true purpose is to evolve every day. And every time you practice this, your being radiates wisdom, truth, and courage. Well, let's have a look and see. Let me choose between these two. This is on the... I'll get to this in a moment. This is, I think, talking about something that has happened rather than something that is going to happen. But this is talking about things that are going to happen. Now let's have a look at it. This is the Two of Pentacles. Now, this is Saturn in the first decade of Capricorn. Well, look, this is change coming about here and growth, creating an opportunity to bring balance between your inner beliefs and your outer reality, and to bring them into harmony. It also represents, I think, handling two or more situations at one time very successfully. Life can feel like a juggling act sometimes, can't it? What with deadlines, demands, commitments, and distractions, all happening at once. Now, when you work and play from a balanced and harmonious platform, even the most complex and conflicting situations can be handled very successfully, and you are adept at that. The key here is flexibility, balance, and having fun, recreating energy. The gift of this too is the talent for rebalancing and integrating life's challenge and opportunities with grace and ease. Now, I think that you are going to be in balance. I think you're going to be in control, focused, aware. Sometimes I've seen it in that position where people struggle with things, but I'm not getting that feeling with you, where they feel uncertain or not trusting themselves or fearful of the future, but I'm not getting that with you. Because you know that each experience stretches you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Change can place you in an uncomfortable situation. We hate change, don't we? Because it tests your core values. But the energies of the conscious and the subconscious start shifting, asking you, are your inner beliefs and truths matching your life's path? Well, you begin to discover what you align with. Thoughts, ideas, lifestyle, or spiritual beliefs. Change identifies your inner oppositions, your weaknesses, and your strengths, doesn't it? And that's a good thing. It brings a heightened awareness of how the law of cause and effect works. You are the creator of your life. When you create your individual realities,
how will that affect the evolution of other people around you? Creativity, organization, balancing and rebalancing, very important for you this month. They symbolize this game of this Two of Pentacles here, and they seem to be in a sort of game. As you begin to master this too, change becomes your ally, bringing you wisdom, adaptability, alignment with your polarities. You understand how the macrocosm and the microcosm are connected, working together. You begin to live in the present, and there is no fear of change. Now it's time to be open and flexible. Change is coming. Don't fight it, because this is a harmonious change. Make it fun and creative. And this also symbolizes, I think, the creative problem solver. And I think you'll be very adept at sorting out problems during this period. Now, I mentioned that change helps you grow and expand. I think there are some new ideas, or maybe even some sort of an enterprise that wants to be birthed into form with you. This brings to you a desire to be in control of your life and your activities. It also brings the gift of balancing and handling many situations at the same time. This too asks you, who and what do you align with, and what needs to be let go? It indicates turn of events, transitions, and potential. It brings vitality to your body, and it shifts health issues onto the positive side of the book, I think. If you are experiencing trouble making decisions or finishing projects or giving an outer appearance that everything is great, but on the inside it is a mess, take a long look at what this card says to you and what its lessons are, and you will be triumphant.
Well, let us look now at this. And this is interesting. This three here, let me just get the vibe up from it. Usual sort of painting associated with it. This is Saturn I would say it's in the first decan of Libra, which is actually quite good because Saturn is exalted in Libra. And generally we should expect some really good things, but there's a double dose of Saturn because I also have Saturn associated with the number 3, and Saturn can be cold, hard and restrictive. But this is an energy that's on the way out. It kind of symbolizes a heavy heart that has been carrying sorrow. Now, metaphorically, the intensity of that sorrow has been so powerful, or may even still be, that you want to tear yourself open so the pain inside can bleed out. It's not an easy time, maybe, and it calls for courage to accept and deal with the suffering you're holding within. I am convinced that this is talking about how you should approach questions of sorrow. I don't think this is foretelling sorrow to you at this time. But understand that we do, from time to time, as you have in the past, gone through mental anguish, heartbreak, defeat, fears, loss, and unhappiness. But those experiences have brought us the opportunity to transform sorrows into new insights and understandings, haven't they? Because the key to this energy here is not to bury your painful experiences, but to work through them by facing and surrendering to them. To surrender to them. Understand, let it work through you, so you can shift the painful emotion and negative thinking to a more neutral ground. And I think really that the gift from the divine that comes with this energy is the gift to transform sorrow and pain into healing and growth. The silver lining here is that it cleanses the mind and heart from the heaviness of life's pain. It brings truth and clarity to situations, relationships, or issues that have been in denial. And you have a couple of those, don't you? I think you do. And it changes the focus off old emotional wounds
and defeating thoughts, to things that are happening in the present, letting all those other things go. Now, I'm not saying that cleansing is an easy process, but the rewards are many. Cleansing gives you a sense of lightness and strength, and the cleanse of the Three of Swords detoxes and rejuvenates your spirit, so a new identity and perspective can emerge. The Three of Swords brings you the courage to process pain and suffering, moving it out of the heart and the mind. And this reminds you always that this too shall pass. Fantastic spread of cards for you. Well done. That's the way it is for you this month. Ah, well, there you go. Beautiful, beautiful images, really, aren't they? Didn't you enjoy that? I certainly enjoyed providing it to you. It was my pleasure and privilege to do so. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you again. Don't forget the annual reading, that's there as I mentioned. Have a look at that. But in the meantime, remember one thing, and remember it's this, and it is that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.